A very good morning to the students. Today's date is 1st of August and the day is Saturday. And today's thought is, you have to chase your dreams no matter what. The impossible just takes a little longer, one stroke at a time, one step at a time. The impossible is easy to achieve.
Good morning children, welcome to the Shivaji Group of Institution online classes. Kids, I am your Hindi teacher. Today I am going to take Hindi language class. बच्चों, पिछली कक्षा में मैंने आपको हिंदी में पाठ 3 पूरा करा दिया है। आज मैं आपको हिंदी में पाठ 4 संज्ञा पढ़ाने जा रही हूँ। आप पिछली कक्षा में संज्ञा के बारे में पढ़े होंगे, तो चलिए पढ़ना शुरू करते हैं। पाठ 4, पाठ का नाम है संज्ञा, पेज संख्या 19। सभी बच्चे अपनी हिंदी लैंग्वेज की बुक में खोलते हैं। पाठ 4 संज्ञा, पेज संख्या 19। संज्ञा। मोहन ने बचपन में आगरा का ताजमहल देखा। प्रस्तुत वाक्य में मोहन व्यक्ति का नाम है, बचपन भाव का नाम है, आगरा स्थान का नाम है, ताजमहल वस्तु का नाम है। तो बच्चों, किसी व्यक्ति, वस्तु, स्थान या भाव के नाम को संज्ञा कहते हैं। इससे आपको संज्ञा की परिभाषा पहले भी पढ़ी होगी। तो संज्ञा की परिभाषा क्या है? किसी व्यक्ति, वस्तु, स्थान या भाव के नाम को संज्ञा कहते हैं। अब आते हैं संज्ञा के प्रकार की तरफ। संज्ञा के प्रकार, संज्ञा के कितने प्रकार होते हैं? संज्ञा के 3 प्रकार होते हैं। संज्ञा के 3 प्रकार होते हैं। नंबर 1, व्यक्तिवाचक संज्ञा। नंबर 2, जातिवाचक संज्ञा। और नंबर 3 है भाववाचक संज्ञा। संज्ञा कितने प्रकार के होते हैं? संज्ञा 3 प्रकार के होते हैं। व्यक्तिवाचक, जातिवाचक, भाववाचक। व्यक्तिवाचक में क्या है? किसी विशेष वस्तु, व्यक्ति या स्थान का नाम का बोध हो तो उसे क्या कहते हैं? व्यक्तिवाचक कहते हैं। जैसे किसी विशेष व्यक्ति, वस्तु या स्थान के नाम का बोध कराने वाली संज्ञा को व्यक्तिवाचक संज्ञा कहते हैं। जातिवाचक संज्ञा क्या है? जाति के सभी प्राणियों या पदार्थों के नाम का बोध कराने वाले संज्ञा को जातिवाचक संज्ञा कहते हैं। एक बार फिर से, जातिवाचक संज्ञा किसे कहते हैं? जाति के सभी प्राणियों या पदार्थों का बोध कराने वाली संज्ञा को जातिवाचक संज्ञा कहते हैं। अब तीसरा है भाववाचक संज्ञा। भाववाचक संज्ञा किसे कहते हैं? गुण, दोष, भाव या अवस्था के नाम का बोध कराने वाली संज्ञा को भाववाचक संज्ञा कहते हैं। गुण, दोष, भाव या अवस्था के नाम का बोध कराने वाली संज्ञा को भाववाचक संज्ञा कहते हैं। भाववाचक संज्ञा बनाने के लिए शब्द के अंत में ता, पा, हट, ई, त्व आदि प्रत्यय या शब्दांश जोड़े जाते हैं। भाववाचक संज्ञा कैसे बनाई जाती है? जैसे है बच्चा, इसका क्या हो जाएगा भाववाचक संज्ञा? बचपन। इसका क्या हो जाएगा? बचपन। अपना, अपनापन। मित्र, मित्रता। उदार, उदारता। हरा, हरापन। शिक्षक, शिक्षा। स्वस्थ, स्वास्थ्य। मीठा, मिठास। गर्म, गर्मी। व्यक्ति, व्यक्तित्व। स्व, स्वत्व। लिखना, लिखावट। भला, भलाई। पढ़ना, पढ़ाई। उड़ना, उड़ान। शांत, शांति। तो शब्दों के भाववाचक संज्ञा भी मैंने आपको बताए। व्यक्ति, वस्तु, स्थान, दशा या भाव के नाम को संज्ञा कहते हैं। एक बार फिर से परिभाषा। व्यक्ति, वस्तु, स्थान, दशा या भाव के नाम को संज्ञा कहते हैं। संज्ञा के तीन मुख्य भेद हैं जो मैंने आपको पढ़ाए हैं, व्यक्तिवाचक, जातिवाचक और भाववाचक। भाववाचक संज्ञा बनाने के लिए शब्द के अंत में ता, पन, त्व आदि प्रत्यय जोड़ दिए जाते हैं। सत्य, दया आदि शब्द मूल रूप में से ही संज्ञा है। बच्चों, मैंने आपको हिंदी में पाठ 4 संज्ञा पढ़ा दिया है। आज अब मैं आपको उसके आगे उसके अभ्यास कार्य कराने जा रही हूँ। तो सभी बच्चे अपने बुक में पेज संख्या 20 खोलेंगे और करना शुरू करेंगे। पेज संख्या 20, वैकल्पिक। अभ्यास संख्या 2, सही विकल्प चुनकर सही का निशान लगाइए। का है मिठास। मिठास कौन सी संज्ञा है बच्चों? भाववाचक संज्ञा है, जातिवाचक संज्ञा है या व्यक्तिवाचक संज्ञा है? मिठास कौन सी संज्ञा है? मिठास भाववाचक संज्ञा है। इसका आंसर का क्या है? भाववाचक संज्ञा। इसका नंबर 1 सही है। खा का है बुढ़ापा। इसके ऑप्शन है 1 जातिवाचक संज्ञा, 2 भाववाचक संज्ञा, 3 व्यक्तिवाचक संज्ञा। बुढ़ापा क्या है? कौन सी संज्ञा में आएगा? बुढ़ापा भी भाववाचक संज्ञा में आएगा। यहाँ पर नंबर 2 पे टिक लगाएंगे। अब आते हैं गा पे। संज्ञा के मुख्य। आपको कितने भेद बताए हैं? संज्ञा के मुख्य क्या है? कितने भेद होते हैं? ऑप्शन है 1 6 भेद, 2 5 भेद, 3 भेद है। तो कितने भेद होते हैं? संज्ञा के मुख्य 3 भेद हैं। तो आप गा में नंबर 3 पे टिक लगाएंगे। घा है भाववाचक संज्ञा किसी वस्तु का विशेष नाम होती है, व्यक्ति का विशेष नाम होती है या भाव का विशेष नाम होती है। तो गा का नंबर 3 सही होगा। भाव का विशेष नाम होती है। अंगा है गाय बैल। गाय बैल व्यक्तिवाचक संज्ञा है, जातिवाचक संज्ञाएं हैं या भाववाचक संज्ञाएं हैं? तो अंगाकार है नंबर 2 सही, जातिवाचक संज्ञाएं हैं। बच्चों, आज के लिए इतना ही। आगे का मैं आपको अगली कक्षा में कराऊंगी। धन्यवाद। आपका दिन शुभ हो।
A very good morning to the students and everyone those who are watching this video. I am your teacher from Shiva Devapaul Institution. Here, welcome you all in the online classes. Students, this is your second period and I am going to continue your 4th chapter, which is gender. As we know that gender is of 2 types that describe us the male and female community. Okay, so 2 types of gender, masculine and feminine. Okay, the female community comes under feminine and the male community comes under masculine. Okay, so yesterday we have completed the exercise B and I remember that I have given you exercise number C as your homework. So I hope you all have completed your homework on your book. So let's match out your homework. Those who have completed, that's very good. Otherwise you can complete now. Okay, but try to complete your homework at a given time. So students, open your work at page number 70. First of all, you have to do the exercise in your book. No need to complete in your notebook now. Okay. You have completed your written work in your notebook. Then I'll tell you to complete the work. So exercise number C. Rewrite the read out the following sentences and write down the opposite gender Yesterday I have told you the example and the first statement and how you have to complete the rest of the line. Okay? So, opposite gender of the underline word. Means the first one we have already done yesterday, so it's time for second one. Second one means second statement is the lady was carrying a purse. Here the underlined word is lady. Okay, so you have to change the underlined word means lady into the opposite gender, and lady is a feminine gender. You have to convert the lady into the masculine gender. So the answer is the Lord. The masculine gender of lady is Lord. Lord was carrying a purse. Okay, so write the answers in your book. Okay, so the third one means third statement is a dog barked at the stranger. A dog barked at the stranger. Here, the underlined word is dog. So, the correct answer is a bitch. Bitch is the masculine gender of the dog, and dog is the feminine gender. Sorry. Bitch is the feminine gender of dog and dog is the masculine gender. A bitch barked at the stranger. Okay, so the next one means the fourth one. Tiger is a dangerous animal. Here, tiger is the underlined word. Okay, so you have to change the tiger into the opposite gender. And tiger is a masculine, so you write down the masculine, feminine gender of tiger. It is tigress is a dangerous animal. Okay, the next one. The queen beggar. Showed mercy on the beggar. And here the underlined word is queen. And queen is a feminine gender, so you have to change the queen into the masculine gender. So the correct answer is the king showed mercy on the beggar. Okay. Sixth one. My uncle came from USA. My uncle came from USA. Here is the underlined word is uncle. So my aunt came from USA. Okay? We have completed 6. Now the next one is 7. Try to write the correct spellings, okay, and then neat and clean handwriting. 7th one, the poetess recited the poem. So here, the underlined word is poetess, and which is a feminine gender, you have to change the poetess into the masculine. So the correct word is the poet recited the poem. Only you have to change the underlined word, and rest of the sentence you have to write as usual the statement written in your book. Okay, and the 8th one, the man sold the mare. The man sold the mare. Okay, here the word man is an underlined word, so you have to change the man into opposite gender, means the woman sold the mare. Okay. 9th one. Our headmistress is very witty. Our headmistress is very witty. So the correct answer is our headmaster is very witty. Okay. So the 10th one. Uncle is very polite. Our uncle is very polite. Here the underlined word is uncle. So you have to write the answer. Means correct statement are aunt. Means correct statement means after writing the opposite gender. Aunt is very polite. Okay, so we have completed exercise B. Now come to exercise C. Now come to exercise D. In exercise D, you have to write the only opposite gender of the following. Write the opposite gender of the following. Okay, so the first one is goddess. Sorry, god. So the opposite gender of god is goddess. Second one, Mrs. The opposite gender of Mrs. is Mr. Third one, Madam. Madam. The opposite gender of Madam is Sir. Fourth one, Impress. And the opposite gender of Impress is Impress. Okay. Fifth one, Wizard. So the opposite gender of Wizard is Witch. So here we have completed 5 and rest of the 5 you have completed by yourself in your book. Then you have to do the definition of gender in your notebook with its 2 types, masculine and feminine. You can take help from your book. Then you have to do exercise A, B, C and D in your notebook. Okay. So we have from here we have completed chapter number 4. We will start the next chapter from your next video. Okay. So write down your homework. Make sure your handwriting should be neat and clean. Complete your notebook up to chapter number 4. So students, that's all for today and have a great day. Thank you for watching.
Good morning students, this is the history teacher from Shivaji Group of Institutions. I welcome you all in the online classes. Students, before start today's class, let's recall what we have learned in the last class. In the last classes, we had read this chapter, that is lesson 4, the environment. And in this chapter, we had read about environment, that what is environment, and we read that everything that surrounds us made our environment. It includes people, cars, buildings and many more things. And then we had read about living things and non-living things, that what are living things and non-living things. And then we had read about pollution and types of pollution. Our chapter reading got finished in the last lecture. So today we will do the book exercises of this chapter. For that, let's do a quick recap of this chapter. So living and non-living things make up the environment. We had read that our environment is made up of living things and non-living things. Living things are those which need food, which grow and which can move, and non-living things are those which do not need food, which do not move, can't move on their own, and which do not grow. 4 kinds of pollution. We had read about pollution, that what is pollution. So many human activities causes many problems in our environment, which is called pollution. And there are 4 main types of pollution, that is air pollution, water pollution, noise pollution and land pollution. Smoke, waste and loud noise pollute our environment. Means smoke, through the smoke causes air pollution, waste into the rivers and land causes land pollution and water pollution, and loud noises cause noise pollution. So students, now take out your book. I hope that you have your book. Open page number 22. Page number 22. Today we will do the book exercises of this chapter. So the first exercise is fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks. deafness. So, which pollution causes deafness? Deafness means in Hindi I will explain that बहरापन या कान की प्रॉब्लम, ठीक है, जिनको कम सुनाई देता है. So, we had read in the chapter that noise pollution causes deafness because if we will hear loud voice, loud noise, so our legs, our ears got affected. So, noise pollution causes deafness. Here we will write noise. Number 2 is air pollution causes problems and diseases like in the chapter we have read that air pollution causes many problems like difficulty in breathing. So air pollution causes breathing problem. In Hindi you can say सांस की बीमारी. Breathing problems, जिसमें सांस लेने में आपको difficulties हो, and it causes diseases like asthma. Asthma is a problem. ये ऐसी बीमारी है जिसमें आपको सांस लेने में दिक्कत होती है, बहुत डिफिकल्टी होती है. सो ये कॉज होता है एयर पोल्यूशन के थ्रू. Number 3 is we should not waste blank as it is made by cutting trees. So in the chapter we have read about that we should not cut the trees, we should stop deforestation and we should plant more and more trees. And in this we have read that we should not waste paper because it is made by cutting trees. So here we will write paper. Number 4 is always throw waste. Always throw waste in blank bins. So in the chapter we have read about that we should always throw waste in a covered dustbin, not in an open area, not in an open surface. So we should throw the waste in covered bins. So here we will write covered, COVERED, covered bins. The last one is number 5, excessive use. Excessive use of chemical fertilizer. What we will write here? For this I'm leaving a blank. And pesticides causes land pollution. So what we will write here? Excessive use of. In the chapter we had read about in the land pollution that when we use excessive when we excessively used chemical fertilizer and pesticides on the land, so it causes land pollution. So here we will write chemical fertilizer. Chemical fertilizer. Chemical fertilizer and pesticides causes land pollution means जब हम जरूरत से ज्यादा रासायनिक पदार्थों का और पेस्टिसाइड दवाओं का छिड़काव करते हैं जमीन में, तो हमारी जो लैंड होती है वो पोल्यूट हो जाती है. So students, today we will do only this exercise. Now I'm going to recall all. First one is noise pollution causes deafness. Number 2 is air pollution causes breathing problems and diseases like asthma. Number 3 is we should not waste paper as it is made by cutting trees. Number 4 is always throw waste in covered bins. And number 5 is excessive use of chemical fertilizer and pesticides causes land pollution. That's all for today. Now note down today's homework. So on page number 23 you can see there is an activity corner. There is an activity. You have to do this activity as a homework. So write down the homework. Do the activity which is given on page number 23. This is your today's homework. You have to do the activity which is given on page number 23. So students, that's all for today. Thank you for attending this class. Now we will meet in our next class.
Hello, good morning students. I welcome you all in our online classes. I am your math teacher from Shivaji Group of Institution. Student, as you know that this is your fourth period, that is of maths. So student, we are in our chapter 3rd. So chapter 3rd, and the name of chapter 3rd is subtraction. What is the name of chapter 3rd? Subtraction. Okay, so students, as you know that in our studies class we have completely solved exercise 3D, and also I have gave you exercise 3D to solve in your homework in your book, right? So students, if you have done completely exercise 3D in your homework, I want to take a short review to be confirming that really you don't have any problem to solve questions of exercise 3D. So let us start our short review. Questions of exercise 3D were by type of subtract, which we have solved in our studies class. Subtract. It is in 100, tens, ones, like numbers 400 minus 127. So student, if you have to solve these two numbers, how can you solve? Student, as you know that always we will start to solve from the right side with ones. Here you will see ones position, numbers are 0 and 7. 7 cannot be subtracted from 0 because 0 is less than 7. So you will take a carry from the left side number. When you will take a carry, so it will be 3, it will be 9, and this will be 10. So 7 will subtract from my friend, we will get here 3. 2 will subtract from 9, we will get here 7. 1 will subtract from 0, that's 5. 0 cannot subtract 7, so you have a taken carry now. So here is the same. 9 is better than 7, so you have to take a carry from the left side number to subtract. Okay? So if you will take a carry, it will be 17. This will be 9. This will be 6. Okay? 9 will subtract from 17, you will get here 8. 0 will subtract from 9, you will get here 9. 5 will subtract from 6, you will get here 1. Okay? One more you can take as an example of understanding a short review. If it is 313264, so how can you solve this subtraction? Always you have to start from the right side with ones position. In ones position you can see 3 and 4. So you have to take a carry from the left side number to subtract because 4 is greater than 3. So you cannot subtract 4 from 3 directly. Okay. So when you will take a carry, it will be 13. It will be 10. Okay. So 13 and 4 you will get here 9. 6 and 10 you will get here 4. And 3 and 2 you will get here 1. Okay. So these type of questions you have solved in our yesterday's class. Now we will solve the questions in our today's class. So I am going to start exercise 3D in our today's class. So students, for solving questions under exercise 3D, open your page number 41. Open your page number 41. And the heading of exercise 3 is without subtraction, without subtracting, fill in the blanks. Without subtracting, fill the blanks. So here you will see first question, that is 33 minus 33. So student, there is no need to subtract because you know that if any number will subtract from itself, so you can get the 0 directly. So you will subtract, if you can see 30 is going to subtract from 33, so definitely it will be 0. Okay. Next is 45 minus 0. There is no need to subtract because if you are going to subtract 0 from any number, so student, what is the mean of 0? The mean of 0 is nothing. So if you are not subtracting anything, it means we are subtracting nothing. So what we will get? We will get that number which is going to subtract nothing. So here we will get 45 back. Okay. Next. If you have this type of question, so as you can see here, 85 is subtracting any number and we are getting here 85 back. So what should be here? There will be 0 because if we will subtract nothing from 85, then we will get 85 back. So here will be 0. Okay? Like this you can understand and there is no need to do the subtraction. Okay? So students, these questions you have to solve in your book. Don't do this exercise freely in your notebook. So you have to fill these numbers in your book. So your homework is fill exercise freely on page number 41. So students, this is all about today. We will continue with this chapter in our next class. Till then, solve all the questions of exercise 3E and fill in the blanks. Keep doing revision. Thank you to all for attending today's class.
A very good morning to the students and everyone those who are watching this video. I am your teacher from Shivaji Group of Institutions. Here, welcome you all in the online classes. Students, this is your science period and I am going to continue your written work of your third chapter, which is birds. In the previous video, we have completed the very short answers. So, let's start the short answers. Take out your notebook and write down this heading, short answers. Okay? And let's start writing short answers. Write down your first question. Where do birds lay eggs? Where do birds lay eggs? Answer. Birds lay eggs in their nest. Train. Until they are independent. Okay? So, next question. How does a tailor bird make its nest? How does a tailor bird answer? Look at its beak. It uses plant fiber, household thread, insect, silk, silk leaves. Okay, so first question, where do birds lay eggs? Next question, how does a tailor bird make its nest? So students, write down your third question. Make sure your spelling should be correct and writing should be neat and clean. Third question, what is a bird bath? Okay, so write this answer. It is an artificial puddle or shallow container that carries water for birds for birds it is usually placed in garden. Used for drinking and bathing. Okay, so we have completed the answer of water bath. Now, note down your next question. State upstroke and downstroke. Means in this you have to define the upstroke and downstroke. So the answer, first of all, write down upstroke. The upward movement of wings is called upstroke. Okay? And the downward is just opposite to the upstroke. Means downstroke is just opposite to upstroke. Downstroke. The downward movement of wings called downstroke. Okay, so write down your next question. What helps a bird to fly? Okay. birds fly with the help of wings okay. The boat-shaped body held in the first step. Okay. The boat-shaped body helps a bird to move fast and quick. Okay. So we'll come to the last question from your short answer section. Question. Draw the diagram of bird and label it. So students, this question you have to do it by yourself and this is your homework. You have to make the diagram of bird which is in your book and label all parts of bird. Okay. So in this question you have to draw only diagram. Draw diagram of last question from short answer of chapter 3. Okay students, that's all for today. Thank you so much and have a great day.
Hello, good morning students. I welcome you all in our online classes. I am your Motor Science teacher from Shivaji Group of Institution. Students, as you know that this is your 6th period and of Moral Science. Okay. So students, as you know that in our previous class we have done hard words and word meaning in chapter 3rd. Time is precious, right? So we are doing written work of lesson 3rd, which is time is precious. So students, here in our today's class we will continue with written work of lesson 3rd, time is precious, with missing letters. So open your notebook and write a corner heading missing letters. Missing letters. Okay, so first is you will see what is it? Ashamed. ASH A ashamed. So it will be in underline. ASHAMED. 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 Okay. Next is scalded. Scalded. Third is dropped. Dropped. Okay. Fourth is THU. Okay. Fifth H. Hinting. Okay. Where spelling is THINKING. Hinting. It is N. Don't understand it as H. This is N. THINKING. So this is all about your missing letters. Okay, this is all about your missing letters. Now we will write very short questions. Very short questions. Okay. So first is who was Narayan? Who was Narayan? So student, who was Narayan? Narayan was a cheerful boy. Narayan was a cheerful boy. Okay. Next is what Narayan said to the bees. What Narayan said to the bees. Answer is Narayan said to the bees. Narayan said to the bees, comma, inverted comma. Bees, will you play with me? Bees, will you play with me? Inverted comma, close. Next is when Narayan felt ashamed. When Narayan felt ashamed. Answer of it is when Narayan got his grades, got his grades, he felt ashamed. He felt ashamed. So student, these are your very short question answers. Okay. the bees, and the ant. Play with Narayan. Play with Narayan. So, answer. The farmer the bees, and the ant. Did not play with Narayan because play with Narayan because they all wanted to finish. They all wanted to finish their work on time. Their work on time. They knew that time is precious. They knew that time is precious. So student, this is your first question on your short question answer. Student, on today's class we have written missing letters, very short question answer, and our first question in your short question. So in our next class we will continue with the short question answer of chapter 3rd. Okay. So homework is complete.